Hey, you guys are back, and that's dope. This is episode 51. Solo again. Okay, no problem. If anybody knows how to carry some shit, it's your girl. Let me tell y'all something. So, some people have known that I've been like unemployed for a few months or whatever, and I went to school, graduated from bartending, trying to start up my own bartending business. But anyway, in the meantime, because there's always things in the meantime. You have to just get another job until you get the one you want, right? So I found out today that not today, but yesterday, that I'm going to have to get rid of my nails. Not like get rid of them, but get them cut super short. And I mean, really, is that not just getting rid of them? Like, this is so sad. So as you guys can see, I totally need a fill, but I haven't gotten a fill because I've been like dreading and not looking forward to having to cut my nails down because I don't like that. That's why your girl trying to get her own shit so she could just do whatever the fuck she want. But until then, so I feel like I should have like an memorandum in memorandum. You know what I'm trying to say. In memoriam. In memoriam. There you go. I know you guys are like, did she go to college? I did though. I really did. Like, education. Anyway, so let's just get into the episode. So anyway, yeah. So I'm hoping that so far my new schedule is like, well, it's tentative as fuck right now, but it shouldn't affect the drop days. So if it does happen to start to affect the drop days, you guys will be the first to know. But until then, here we are. We are friends. I'm going to microphone a little bit closer. So boom. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So first up is what a miraculous, like, feat. I mean, just for a second, just guys think about this. Like, to be Simone Biles, like, I can't imagine. Like, they said that she flipped. Okay, so let me stop. I forget. So, like, I'm so used to talking to you guys like we're friends that, like, I just come in, like, halfway into the story. But I feel like most of you motherfuckers should know who the fuck Simone Biles is. If you don't, for some reason, she has pretty much been, like, killing it in the gymnastics world since, like, 2013, maybe? I don't know, something like that. But she's been killing it. And if you don't know her, like, shame on you. But if you don't know her, also take a look at the two fucking things. I don't, do you call them tricks? I don't know what you call them. Like, she did, like, some flips and turns and shit. Like, I'm gonna figure out the exact name of the move or whatever. But I don't know, like, is that a trick? Is that a gymnastic trick? That doesn't sound right. Like, tricks sound like magician shit. Like, right? Like, I don't know. But anyway, your girl came out and did some, like, crazy things. Like, on the beam, she was the first person to do some, like, flippy, spinny shit. And then on the fucking floor. Now, that was the one. So I saw the one on the beam, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Because, like, in all honesty, like, the entire beam is just, like, beyond my fucking mind. Because, like, never do I have the balance to not only, like, first you want me to, like, walk, like, I could probably walk on it, right? Like, like, I could probably do that, but now you're asking me to, like, jump in midair and, like, do this to my feet before I land again, like, or, like, bend my body backwards, like, and not fall, like, just a lot of things. So that alone, that exercise alone, like, is just beyond me, and I'll never understand. But the shit that she did on this motherfucking floor, okay? Like, they said that she flipped so high that she could have totally cleared a SUV. Like, I need you guys to, like, comprehend what I'm saying here. Like, I'd like to see Kobe and Simone, see who can jump the highest. Like, my money's on Simone, though. You know what I like most about this amazing week that she's had is the fact that the last time we heard about her, it was with was it like the medical doctor that was like touchy-feely and squeezy booby, like, on people. So I feel like I was afraid for a second that like we were going to lose sight of her greatness because she was attached to this, and because she was so willing and happy to speak up on it, because like that shit is gross and weird and we all get that. But I was really glad for her to come back into the news like in a very positive way. Like, you know, anytime that we stir the pot or do anything out of the ordinary of what people think that we should do or whatever, people start getting funny. People want to blackball us. People want to, like, you know, make our space uncomfortable for us. So I'm just glad that she was able to get past that, and with a whole bunch of support. And I mean, she's the best. Like, people are arguing if she's the best athlete. I don't know how to even have that conversation, because like, can she dribble a ball? Like, can she throw a spiral? Like, I don't know these things. Like, not saying that like those two things equate or make you like the greatest of all time. Like, those are not. Oh, those are just like minimal things. But I feel like it's just such a weird conversation to have when you're talking about like cross sports. Like, I think she's the best at what she does. I think LeBron is, I don't want to be on my show like giving LeBron mad props, but I think that LeBron is really great at what he does. Like, I don't know if he's a better athlete than Tiger Woods. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can he swing a fucking thing? What is this thing called? What do you call them? Clubs. Like, can you swing that? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I want to go to Topgolf. Have you guys been to Topgolf? I want to go to Topgolf. Anyway, so yeah. So shout out to Simone. Just like, you know, excellence. Like, just, I love it. So, okay. So anyway, I don't know if you guys know, but your boy Quavo is trying to do a cartoon. And it's supposed to be based on the music industry, and like, I think Northside Atlanta. I think it's at Northside, maybe Southside. But anyway, so he's working with quality control to do that, and I think that's super dope. It's supposed to be geared towards ages between 8 and 12. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, here's the thing. Like, first of all, I'm hoping like somebody good picks it up. And I want to say Netflix, but like, I don't know that the Netflix series that do, like, they're not like the complete like forerunners, like your fucking Glow, like your Orange is the New Blacks. Like, I just don't know if they get enough shine. So like, I don't know that Netflix, that platform, would help this or hurt this project. I don't know. But the point is that we need more projects like this. Like, it's just like, think about in our past, like when we're talking about like animated stuff, we didn't have a lot of people that looked like us. You know, we had Static Shock. There was fucking, I was gonna say the black kid from Ghost Rider, but that was not a cartoon. But you guys know what I'm saying. Like, the fact that it's taking me this long to even think about it, like, is ridiculous. So I think that it's important for kids to have visual representation of themselves, like, out in the world, because like, we do matter and we are out here. So I think it's dope. They're gonna be trying to
Donald Trump
provide
failed.
That is so loud and I'm so sorry. But they are trying to, and he did fail. Like, okay, so I'm sorry. Like, that ad was like super like out of the fucking blue, and it was fucking crazy. But the only thing I heard was Donald Trump failed, and like, I totally agree with that. Anyway, so now that has stopped. So anyway, quality control's working on it. They don't have a date or anything that they're gonna be able to release it. But I mean, it's happening. So that's what's up. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I know that there's like a Motown show or something on Netflix, and I heard that it's really good. I don't think I've ever like seen a whole episode, but my kids have watched it and they really like it. So I think that this is going to be more for that kid that is more attached to the hip hop scene. So we'll see. I think that's cool though. I mean, like, it's all about being inclusive in the stories that we tell and the stories that we show to the younger generation. So this is inclusive to understanding that everybody ain't rich. Everybody isn't white. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody isn't, you know, like, we're not all the same model, make your model. That's all I'm trying to say. So, so yeah, that's what's up. I was thinking though, like, yo, I hope Quavo, could you imagine these niggas voicing a cartoon? So please find some voice actors. I can't. Okay. Okay, this is really good. Every time I get a new bottle of wine from them, I'm like, this is so good. Like, I taste a little bit of chocolate. You guys, the audio of this is going to be like, what is happening? But I'm drinking a glass of my Le Grand Verre wine. And it's just like, so, like, I've never fallen in love with, like, red wines ever in my life. This is amazing. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so let's talk about some other things that are amazing. One, again, last week I told you guys Centoya's out. This week, she has a husband. Here's the thing, though, right? So you're going on the outlets and stuff, and everybody's like, oh, like her husband is J Long. And I'm like, God, where do I fucking know that weird name from? Like, where do I know that name from? And then it comes out that he was a member of Pretty Ricky, and I don't even remember that. So that's not where I remember him from. And I'm like, where do I remember him from? So I don't know what made me do it, but I fucking just started scrolling through my Instagram. Guys, I had to go back to 2013 where I was listening to Spotify and they just like shuffled one of his songs into my playlist and I was not happy about it. So I don't know anything about this Pretty Ricky shit, but I do know I heard a song by him on Spotify and I thumbs downed it, and I hope I never would hear him again. I feel like I told Spotify just in general not to play his music anymore for me because I wasn't here for it. But anyway, he's married to Centoya now. Fun story though. So I was looking when I had this like, where the fuck did I see this name from? And I fucking threw it into Spotify. That song, like the original album that I even heard a piece of, isn't even on Spotify no more. So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, Spotify was like, oh, he used to do R&B, and then he had a it said, did it say he had an epiphany? I don't know if I'm like just using that word because I like that word, but it was pretty much saying like, and then one day he became a Christian artist, right? And I'm like, then one day, like, what? Like, I still really want to know, like, what, like, why Mace became a preacher. Like, what happened? Like, give me the rundown. Like, where was the burning bush? So anyway, so I'm thinking, like, then one day. So anyway, so I go do a little bit more research. I find out that he went to Christian music because he got arrested for, like, he did a prison sentence for assaulting a Texas public servant. So then after he went to prison for assault, then he was like, oh, because everybody knows that's where you find Jesus is in a prison cell. So then he found Jesus and did that. And then, so I keep digging. Then I find out this nigga was married to Pam from Total. I know you guys know Pam from Total. And I was like, what is happening? Like, not only do I barely know this man, but like, he is like, he was like kind of right in front of our faces. I mean, not the whole time, but... And I mean, I don't know how often we see Pam from Total. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's like, he's not like super out of nowhere. He wasn't a Christian rapper or artist at first, which is why I couldn't understand like who this guy was when I originally heard. But there you have it. And I still need somebody to show me some footage where he was in Pretty Ricky. Like, was there 5 pretty people in Pretty Ricky at one point? Like, did they replace Slickum? And then like, why? Like, I have so many questions. Like... So, I don't know. Because I feel like I listened to Blue Stars. Was that the first Pretty Ricky album? I feel like it was. But I feel like I listened to that, and I feel like I would have known. I don't know. I wasn't, like, super duper into these motherfuckers like some of you guys were. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like I would have remembered him. He wasn't at the fucking Millennium Tour, so... Anyway. So, that's Centoya's new man. We don't really have any information about, like, how they, like, met or, like, how they ended up falling in love. Because apparently they couldn't even have conjugal visits. Like, so, I don't know. But they're out now. Or she's out now. So they're having mad conjugal visits. I don't know what kind of pair this is, guys. Like, they try to, like... I don't know what kind of pair this is. Y'all just better hope J Long don't. hope J-Long keep her ass out of fucking prison, maybe. I don't know. Okay, anyway, moving on. I have a little bit of beef, okay? And I know you guys are going to be like, who the fuck do you have beef with? Like, what is the problem? What do you need? I'm going to tell you why I got beef. It's Aubrey, okay? It's Aubrey Graham. It's all, honestly, if it ain't Bow Wow, it's Aubrey Graham. So he says, oh, guys, hey, I'm going to release this album. And everybody's like, oh, okay, cool. A few hours before you actually do it. Cool story. Then he releases it. Here's two things. And I get it. A lot of Drake's older stuff, like, wasn't, like, it wasn't easily accessible, right? But, like, don't try to say you got a new album and it's not a new album. I'm so tired of Drake in these compilation albums. Like, I am sick. Mind you, I can appreciate the fucking, I can appreciate the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 p.m. in Calabasas, the fucking, Girls Love Beyonce. Like, I get it, okay? Like, all these are songs that we played the fuck out on YouTube, played the fuck out on SoundCloud. I got it. But, like, don't just be like, yo, remember all them songs y'all never could find on Spotify and iTunes? Here they go. Just, like, do that. Like, don't be like, oh, new music, or not new music, but new album about to drop in 3 hours. Like, get out of here. Like, get out of here with that shit. But anyway, so it wasn't new music. It was all old music. Here's my real beef. Like, I can't even get over the fact that you trying to release Girls Love Beyonce in 2019. I can even get past that, okay? What I can't get past is, like, nobody was going to say nothing about Drake just stealing the care package wave. Okay, for people who don't know, who don't really be about that R&B life, I guess, like, Omarion has, like, 3 mixtapes that are called Care Package. Care Package 1, 2, and 3. Care Package 2 is totally my favorite. If you guys have that piff still, like, I highly recommend it. Care Package 2 was amazing. And so I see this fucking Drake shit, and I'm like, ain't you and Omarion friends? Like, and then, like, Care Package wasn't even, like, something that I was just like, oh, this is totally the name of this compilation. Like, it could have been named anything else. Like, anything. And I'm just like, damn, like, it's just been really rough for Omarion, is the point I'm trying to make. Fizz is sleeping with April. Drake's still in his Care Package wave. Like, it's just really tough out here for him, and I sympathize, is all I'm saying. So, I mean, I'm gonna listen to Girls Love Beyonce, but that's pretty much it. Like, I ain't really super duper drinking for all the rest of this shit, because, like, it's old. Anyway. So Drake get on my nerves, as usual. But, yeah, Aubrey, I mean, and you know what's so crazy is that 2 seconds after it fucking got released, like, it's already in, like, #1. And if it's gonna be #1, like, niggas already know, like, when Drake drops something, it's gonna be #1. I just wish it was, like, actually new music. Like, between you, like, being super hype about the Raptors, like, and this shit. Like, I don't know what to do with you this year, so. Okay, where his son at? Anybody see him? Or he's still hiding him from the world? Oh, okay, cool. Speaking of other motherfuckers that have been speaking of other motherfuckers that have been hidden from the world, Robert. It really brings me so much joy to talk shit. I promise it do. Because he is, like, such a terrible person. He is such a terrible person. So, okay. So, we're like, okay. We are people that are not here for Kelly's shenanigans, okay? We are people that believe the victims. We are people that... We're happy that he's in jail, right? So you think it can't get no better than that. Last week or was it last week? I don't remember, but I told you guys about the charges in Minnesota. I feel like that was last week. So you're like, damn, like, icing on the fucking cake. And then his fucking attorney Listen, you know how niggas be like, yo, like, watch people you keep around you? Prime example. This motherfucker, he I feel like what he was trying to do was garner like a sympathetic, like general, you know what I'm saying, like consensus. But it didn't really go that way. Anyway, so he just says that I'm just gonna read the most best part to me, okay? Like, okay, so it says, you know, he's a soft-spoken guy. His life is in solitary now, minus TV, no radio, no music, no books. He's also a spiritual guy. Bible with him in his cell, but he can't read it. It's basically there for comfort. Yo, when I tell you, motherfucker, I died. That was the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, nigga, are you supposed to be defending him? Or, like, what's happening? And I know... And I know we're supposed to ride on this wave that he can't read. I don't even know, like, if I believe that. Like, I mean, I feel like I believe it, like, because people really still don't know how to read now, but, I don't know. It was just, like, wasn't there a way to say that without saying that he can't, reminding people that he can't read? Like, couldn't you have been like, oh, I know that he keeps his Bible close to him because he is a very spiritual person. Boom. Pow. We don't need to get into the fact that he don't know how to say Psalms. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to get into the fact that he don't know how to say Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to get into that. Like, you're being hella petty, and I love it. I love it. I really love it. It's great. Okay, so let me think of what else. Oh, okay. And they're saying, you know how he's in the shoe or whatever, which is for guys who don't watch Lock Up or fun stuff. It's solitary confinement. Okay, that's what the shoe is. But I think it stands for like solitary housing unit. Like, that makes sense, right? Shoe. Anyway, he also said that R.Kelly is getting fan mail. And I say fan mail because he said that 93% of the mail that he gets is not nice, but 97 of it is totally like in support of this nigga and hoping he get out and all this shit like that. And then, so remember how he said he couldn't read earlier? Bring it back because he about to do it again. So then he said, yo, it is so funny when shit just happens to people that it should happen to. But it just says, okay, but he is receiving plenty of mail, which is 97% positive, and he pores over it. He says that he is able to only recognize a few words and writes some words phonetically. Why are you telling people that he don't know how to read the letters that people are sending him? Let them think that he can read that, and don't say, nigga. I'm sorry. This shit is hilarious. So my nigga can't read. He's trying to write back to his fans, but he can't spell. Like, this is so amazing. Like, here's the thing. Why are we even giving him fan mail? And then, like, don't people have to come, like, visit? Oh, and they said that he doesn't get, like, he only gets one visit per visiting day. So he can't, like, have, like, mad people coming to see him. They said the last person that came to visit him was either Jocelyn or Azriel, but I don't know which one it was. Can't nobody even see him face to face except for his attorney. It's all, like, video calls. So he is not having a good time there, but I am having a great time knowing that people are handing him things to read that he can't read, and that he keeps a Bible, not because he can read the scriptures, but solely, I don't even know what would you need a Bible for? I mean, I guess you could just, like, hold it and pray on it, like, right? I don't know. How does that work? I don't know. I've always been able to read my Bible, so I don't understand. Anyway, okay, let's move on. So, speaking of people that are in jail, but now this guy's in heaven. that was terrible. I know it was terrible, but also fuck this guy. So Jeffrey, right? Jeffrey Epstein. He's dead, y'all. So a few weeks ago, he was found in his cell with like visible like marks around his neck. They put him on suicide watch for I think 24 to 48 hours, and now he's dead. And people are saying, "Yo, I thought he was on suicide watch, and if he was on suicide watch, then who could have like, how did this happen?" Listen, I've never been to jail. I've never been to prison. I've no personal, like, first-hand account information about any of that shit, okay? But what I do know from the information that I've educated myself with about prisons and jails and things like that is, like, one thing that they will swear they don't have enough of for the people that they are housing is funds. And you have to think about... Sorry, I can't stop yawning. Ugh, weird. Anyway, so... Okay, so when somebody's on suicide watch, like, I feel like maybe everybody doesn't really understand what that means. It's not like they put a camera in there and they're just kind of like watching from afar while doing other things. Like, if somebody's on suicide watch, that means that there's somebody having to be physically outside the door at all fucking times to make sure that that person doesn't harm themselves. So at most of the time, you're talking about paying people overtime, and not saying that it didn't need to be done, but we're talking about our government. They're probably not paying for that shit. Like, so they're gonna give you your bare minimum amount of suicide watch, and then you're on your own because you're good, right? Like, if you was really suicidal, you would already killed yourself, right? Okay. So when people are like, "Oh, why wasn't he on suicide watch?" stuff like that, like, there's your answer. Because they don't want to pay people to not do anything else but watch him. Like, you're talking about overtime hours. Somebody calculated that a whole shift of just watching somebody on suicide watch could be like $500 to $600. And I just can't see these motherfuckers just shelling that out to a CO for 2 months. You feel me? Like, on top of whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just seems crazy. Again, not saying that it didn't need to be done, because sometimes people need that attention. Probably more, in this case, I was gonna say to keep him safe, but like, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, who cares? Who cares? This is a person that was in jail for pedophilia. Not directly, but pretty much. Like, at one point, I think this last time he was actually physically in jail before he died, was because he got accused or convicted of having sexual relations and shit with like a kid that was like 15 years old. This is not the first time this has happened. So, I mean, we could really mull over the fact of like, oh, this is a conspiracy and who killed him and why. Honestly, or no, I'm sorry. We could mull over the fact that he should have been on suicide watch and why wasn't nobody watching him. But also, who the fuck cares? Like, I feel like, that's terrible to say, but I really do feel like if I was warden of a fucking prison, like, and you come in there for being like a old person abuser or a kid abuser or like a molester or a pedophile, like, I'm not wasting my resources like keeping you in protective custody. Like, bro, like, this can be like motherfucking the Roman ages, and I will throw your ass in the middle of the fucking lunchroom, and whatever fuck happens. Like, what is happening? Like, that's why I'm not a warden, though. Like, I feel like it would have to go back to like Roman times, where people just like have to fight the fucking lion or some shit. Like, that's the kind of prison I'm trying to run. Like, cause like, what is y'all doing? Like, this is crazy. Anyway, so anyway, blah blah blah. So now we've got conspiracies, of course, and all this stuff. Do I think that he killed himself? No. Did I think he tried to kill himself the first time? No. Like, somebody did that. Somebody did it the first time and just couldn't finish it. Somebody did it this time. I don't know who. People say the Clintons. I know that you guys like to call Clintons the murder family, like, and I hear you, but like, I don't know about this one. To me, honestly, it just sounds like somebody who was gonna be named in the case, like in his case, for either like helping or being a person to have received those services from an underage person, whatever the case may be. It was one of them that had somebody in there go and do that shit. Like, cause I feel like this is just an attempt to stop the investigation. And sure, it'll stop his investigation, but it's not gonna stop. I hope, let me say that. I fucking hope that it's not going to stop the investigation on the situation as a whole. Cause I'm sure he wasn't the only moving part. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so. I don't fucking know. But, yeah, man. So he's gone, and your president is out here saying that the Clintons killed him. So there's that. Like, and you know, it's like, I know that people like are adults and like they should be able to like social media as they choose, but like, if you're the president, like, I'm gonna really need somebody behind you, like, fact checking your tweets, or like fact checking the tweets, the tweets that you're citing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is just really out here really reckless, and like, I don't know. So let's move on. Another mystery, I guess. So you guys know that Young Miami from City Girls, the Sequarium, she was in her SUV outside of a recording studio in Florida, and her SUV got shot up. We shooting at female rappers now? Like, what is happening? Like, we shooting at real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga? Like, I didn't realize. This seems very strange to me. Like, they don't have any suspects. It's just like, why, Carisha? Like, why would somebody shoot up your SUV? Not that I don't believe it, but also I kind of don't believe it. Cause I'm like, y'all don't even have enough information on this shit. Like, y'all don't even know what happened. Like, is this a publicity stunt because JT is still in jail and like you just need things? Like, I just don't. And again, like, if it happened, like, my bad, that sucks, I'm really sorry, but like, it's just like the fact that we don't have enough information. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I've never, maybe I could be wrong, but I just didn't know female rappers get shot at. Like, that just seems crazy. Like, bitches just run up usually. Like, I don't understand. But anyway, I mean, if she would have got shot, I mean, she's pregnant. Everybody knows she's pregnant. So, like, you trying to be a double murderer? Like, what is happening? This is insane. So, I mean, she is traumatized, which is totally understandable if it happened. But she's just like, you know, like, oh, it could have been R.I.P. instead of I'm glad you're okay. And she's, you know, and she's not okay. And I was like, I get it. You know, I hear it. Like, I've never been shot at, but I feel like if I would have been shot at, like, I would have probably knew why I got shot at. That's so fucked up, but it's true. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I mean, because at 1 a.m., like, outside of the studio, that sounds like some, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but who am I? I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so speaking of Young Miami, first of all, guys, I'm really sick of y'all not telling me stuff. I've got to be honest. Like, I don't really know how we're supposed to be friends if you guys are not telling me things. Why y'all didn't tell me that Young Miami used to date ugly ass Kodak Black? Like, so disgusting. Anyway, so, because I'm sitting here like, okay, so let me tell y'all why I'm bringing up Kodak Black. He had to apologize recently because first of all, my nigga, let me preface this by saying, don't y'all know that he in jail? Okay, cool. So Kodak Black recently recorded a freestyle. And in his freestyle, he said, I don't know the beat of it, so I'm just gonna read it. Like, I ain't gonna try to like do it like I'm spitting these like hot fours. Like, I don't know, but it just says, and I bought Young Miami a ring. She wanted 808s, baby. When I see her, I'ma hit that bitch in her stomach. The way I keep this shit too real, I'm fucking up my money. I don't even understand. I don't even understand, Kodak. But anyway, he just said he gonna hit her in her stomach, and she pregnant, y'all. So, apparently he used to date her or something, because he said he bought her a ring. I don't understand. But he apologized, and that's it. I really just brought this up to just say how disappointed I am in y'all for not telling me that they dated, like, and yuck, disgusting, why. But, okay, also that he apologized, because now I think about it, he don't really do that shit. Like, what, didn't he ask how much time Lauren London needed before he came through? Like, he is an ugly ass, hot ass mess. Like, but can y'all niggas stop recording shit of, like, freestyles and shit while you in jail? Like, find other things to do, right? I don't know. Let me tell y'all who else need to find motherfucking other things to do. Is this motherfucker, you know, Vegas, man. It is a crazy place. But okay, so like 3 years ago, there was like a local news story, and there was this young kid named Connor Climo, and he worked as a security guard, and he lives in like a super nice, decent neighborhood. Okay, it's not like, it's one of the nicer clusters of the Las Vegas Valley. I will say that. And back 3 years ago, the local news team went and interviewed him because he was patrolling his nice ass, quiet ass neighborhood with like an AR-15 and like other shit, like just strapped to him, like, and his neighbors were concerned because they like, bro, like, we're good over here, like, what are you doing? But I mean, I don't know. And he didn't get like charged with anything then, because like Nevada is an open carry state, so that's so, fuck that shit. But anyway, so because he didn't shoot anybody, like they couldn't like charge him with anything. Okay, but fast forward to this year, and he has been arrested after being found in possession of bomb-making materials, and found proof that he was communicating with individuals who identified with a white supremacist extremist organization. So y'all wish I would have locked his ass up then, right? So they pretty much found out that he was planning on either bombing a synagogue, or bombing one of the gay clubs out here. And they caught him, but like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, where are we as a country that this is like literally the news we be having? Because I have like fucking 3 or 4 more stories, like very fucking mind-boggling, and I don't understand. He says that, I guess in late June or July, he had discussed preparing an attack, and said that he, of a bar on Fremont downtown, that he said catered to homosexuals. And if you guys don't know, Fremont is like old downtown, like near old downtown. So like the Strip, and then there's downtown. So that's downtown, right? And yeah, man, they also, showed that he had, quoted Adolf Hitler often. He admitted that he hated African Americans, Jews, and homosexuals. And he looks like a dickhead, so it's only right that he would think like one too. But anyway, he was arrested with a bunch of shit. They found a bunch of shit. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if he's gonna get like, I don't know how you get charged when you're just planning it. Should it be the same? Probably. Will it be? I don't know. But that shit's crazy. Like, we really live in a place where, like, motherfuckers would rather just find random stupid ass shit to hate as opposed to just minding our fucking business. Like, it could all be so simple, but she'd rather make it hard. Okay, so we all know the Walmart shooting last week. So it's super disturbing when you see another Walmart in the news because a heavily armed white man is in the store. Okay. They arrested him. He's not dead. He walked into the Walmart super armed, saying that he was just testing his Second Amendment rights. You motherfuckers are literally just waking up to do what? To just ruin shit, just fucking just spew hate and spew like bullshit. And it's just, you know, it's so funny. It's not funny at all, but like one thing will happen and then it just happens and happens and happens and happens. Cause it's like crazy motherfuckers are like, oh shit, he did that shit. I'm up next. Like, get the fuck out of here. They said that his sister and his wife told him not to, but he did it anyway. And this is again after we had already just lost 22 people in a fucking Walmart in Texas. Not even a week before. So now we're talking about you testing your fucking Second Amendment rights. Like, suck my dick. Like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say suck my dick, but I mean that. Like, okay. So then, because all this shit is happening, Times Square, sorry, I'm so like hooked on like Vegas right now. Like, but Times Square in New York City a few days ago. This is right after these two mass shootings, okay? A motorcycle backfired, okay? And when that motorcycle backfired, literally every fucking person in that fucking in that fucking area bolted. Like, they could have trampled people. People could have gotten hurt, mauled. Any of that's mauled? I don't know if mauled is the right word. But, like, trampled and stomped and, like, yeah. Anyway, so all of those things could have happened is what I'm trying to say. All because people are so on edge because you crazy motherfuckers really can't get a fucking handle on it or go talk to somebody or figure out why your mom doesn't love you. I don't know what your personal issues are. But, like, we're at a point where our society can't even live regularly. A motorcycle backfiring? What? Like, so niggas can't even have hoopties anymore is the point I'm trying to make, because everybody's so on edge. Like, can't anything make a sound that sounds like it might be. Like, this shit is really fucking stressful. Oh, fuck, I forgot to tell y'all. So the fucking motorcycle backfires. Cool, great. People just fucking stampede and fucking make a big fucking almost kill each other. Then in Utah, there was a false alarm. People thought that they heard gunshots, but instead it was two guys fighting and something fell, like a sign or something, like one of like the signage things in the store fell over, and people thought it was a gunshot, and people ran, like pouring out of that mall, terrified for their lives. Things can't even fall over is the fucking point that I'm trying to make to you guys. Like, where are we in society where basic, regular, everyday things are now frightening us because we're in fear of? I'll wait. I don't even know what to say sometimes. Like, it's just. Okay. So, since we're on this fucking terrible roller coaster, this is the worst roller coaster in life. Here's the final dip, okay? A elderly couple in Washington were found dead in an apparent murder-suicide. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story from there. So, the dispatch gets a 911 call from the man, and he explains that he's going to be killing himself. He explains where their bodies are going to be. He explains where you can find the letters and things that he wrote. He says all these things. They try to stop him. He hangs up because he said what he was about to do, and he did that shit. His wife is super sick. The medical bills were becoming too much of a burden, where they were either having to pay her bills or eat or keep lights on or maintain. And they came to a conclusion that that's what they were going to do. He left out their medical bills, the letter explaining, a letter to give to their family. I don't even know what to say, because what? Like, I'm sorry. This shit is just medical bills. Like, our medical bills are getting so crippling that people feel like there's nothing else to do but to do that. And you know what irritated me most about this story? More so than the fact that healthcare is that expensive. But the fact that the sheriff's department posted this, like, you know, like the I don't know if you guys follow, like, sheriff's offices, like, Facebooks or Twitters and stuff, but sometimes they'll just detail a fucking issue, right? It'll just say murder suicide near Ferndale or whatever, and then just lists at 0800 or whatever, and it just tells you what the fuck happened. So he posted it, and then at the end he said, "It is very tragic that one of our senior citizens would find himself in such desperate circumstances where he felt murder and suicide were the only option. Help is always available with a call to 911. I feel like I understood what maybe he was trying to say, but 911 is not going to help you pay your fucking medical bills. If that's the case, like, they would be blowing up right now. Like, so, like, I don't know. I see what you were trying to do, but I don't know that kind of help that's not what 911's for. Like, we would have to call, like, Congress and, like, we'd have to be a lot more phone calls than it's just this 1 to 911 is what I'm saying. I think that instead of being like, oh, I can't believe this old man killed his wife and then killed himself, I think we need to be turning it around and looking at, like, why on earth are their bills so expensive that it was either this or they wouldn't be able to. Either way, they would have died, right? So I think that we have to turn around the fucking camera, and I think we have to point it at why that shit was so expensive to begin with. We spend the most on healthcare, more than any fucking place in the world. Pills be costing $6 to make, and they charge you $100 per pill. This shit is sickening. And man, let that have been my grandmother and grandpa. Like, I'm busting heads at somebody's somebody's fucking pharmaceutical company. Like, I'm busting heads. Like, that's just how I feel. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, it sucks. So let me tell y'all who else sucks. 50 fucking Cent. Yo. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing. Yo, 50 is the most pettiest person this side of the Mississippi. I literally cannot. He posts a picture, and it's just of him, like in a white suit or a cream suit. And he's like, I'm gonna read it because it's hilarious. So, okay, let me back up. I think Floyd Mayweather might have started it. He is the person that is in trouble this week with 50. So, I feel like Floyd started it, and he was like saying that like 50 Cent's career was washed up. Whether or not I agree with it or not is not up for debate, but of course I agree with it. And I hate Floyd Mayweather. I think he's an idiot. I mean, well, he is an idiot. Like, I don't think that. Like, I know that for a fact. But anyway, so okay, so yeah, so Floyd started it with that, right? So then 50 comes back with this picture in his cream suit, and he goes, "Tell Floyd I said he won. He is the greatest of all time, and nobody, and I mean nobody, can ever take that away from him. From what he's done with his life. What he's done with his life is amazing. I'm done with all this back and forth. Now, can somebody go please read this to him?" Like, yo, like insert that fucking like gif where everybody's like screaming like and walking around and shit. Like, okay, 50. Like, so then Floyd has to get somebody to make him a bar graph, because we know if he can't, it takes a lot for a motherfucker to be able to accurately use Excel and all these things. And is Excel the one that makes bar graphs? See, I don't even know. Like, so if I don't know, then I know Floyd don't know. Like, so anyway, somebody had to make a bar graph for for him, and he shows his 50 Cent's record sales decline from Get Rich or Die Trying all the way to an album called Animal Ambition. I didn't even know that was a fucking album. So anyway, so after the bar graph comes up, yeah, I mean, so I don't know if it's gonna keep going, or hopefully 50's done. Like, they always, like, every few months, like, they just seem like to get back at each other. I don't know. I hate them both equally. They should probably just be friends or some shit. Okay, so anyway, guys, it is time for the one-up for the week. So this week, I saw this this fucking post or something. I don't know if it was a Facebook post or Instagram post. I can't remember, but I stole it. So I'm just telling y'all I'm stealing it, so y'all can't be like, "Oh, you stole that." But anyway, the post was pretty much like, when crackheads don't have money, they don't say, "Oh, I'm just not gonna smoke crack today." Like, they find a way to get the things that they need. And so my one up for the week is, don't let a crackhead out hustle you. Like, don't settle for the things that you're doing and the place that you're in right now. Don't fucking settle on that. Like, it could be so much better. Like, and if a crackhead don't give up, neither fucking should you. So that's my one up for the week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Episode 51. I'm so excited. I'm kind of getting used to this video thing. It still makes me feel awkward. I went with less makeup this time because, like, who literally has time for that? So, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, thank you guys. Make sure that you guys are following me on every platform. Spotify listeners, don't forget the Shenanigans playlist. Let me see. Let me just do this. Yeah, so I'm just gonna shout out my shit again, because I realized last week I don't put the intro on YouTube, and the people that listen to audio get that intro stuff, but you guys on YouTube don't. So audio people, you gotta bear with me for a second. Facebook, Shenanigans Podcast. Instagram at Shenanigans_podcast. Twitter at SWFriendsPod. Spotify playlist, LeGrand Vert, $20 off your first tasting box. I got you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Guys, bye. I'll see you next week, okay? Cool.